Hi everyone. In previous video, you all have learned how to store the data in the database. In this video, we will learn how to update the data and how to view the data from the database, and also will perform the deletion part. So after that, you will now able to create a simple window application in which you will able to create a simple form for the data entry. So just for a revision, I have opened that project, and just to show you what we did in previous video. In previous video we just create this form and then save the records in the database. So I have just selected here and save. So data stored successfully. So this is the insertion part that we did in last video. Now we'll continue. Now we'll continue, and then we'll see some additional functionality. Let's check the data. Yes, you can see that the data is here. Now we'll write a code to get this data and display in the grid view. So now we'll add another form called new item, and we'll name it as FRM view data. So this is the form which I have created. We'll add a strip on top like data entry form. So I will add another strip and I will name it as so I just copy the label. I will rename it to view data. So I have renamed it. I will also rename the title to view data. We'll change the start position of this form to center. On from toolbox I will select data grid. So I have selected the data grid view. I will select the dock to top. We can directly select from here also. Choose data source, add project data source, then database, next, then we'll select new. We'll enter the connection string name galaxy 50. So sorry, I have added a name. Then the data entry database, test the connection, click on OK button, next, and select the table, finish. So form is ready. Now we'll run this form. Before that we'll make it as default form. So in program.cs I will change FRM view data to default form. When I will run, you can see the data here. Also one more thing that I want to avoid this addition here, alteration here. So means I don't want the user to edit the data here. For that I will change some setting of this grid view. I will select the grid, click on F4 or click on right click properties, then allow user to add row false, allow user to delete row false, and then there is another property for editing the record. So edit mode, set the edit mode to programmatically. Means if you want to edit the record, then you have to write the code. Addition will not allowed from the grid directly. So I did some modification. Now we'll check. So here you will able to see the data. You can also now this is a very simple process. Just added the data source and did it. I will also show I will also show you the same process manually, like how we did by writing the query. So I will add another form. Write view form 2. So I have created a new form, view form 2. In same way, I will copy paste this content. So I had did it. Grid view is added here. I will rename it to DG view view data. I have rename it to DG view data. Now what I will do is that to write the code, I will click on F7, or we can do view form write view code. So we are here, remove the unwanted things. So for the unwanted names, for the right click, organize, remove unused. Now I want to use the SQL, so I will write using system.sql system.data.sql client, and also using system.data. So two namespace I want to add. On load, on this form load, I want to load that data. So I will write a program here, private void load data from DB. This is the method which I have which I am creating. I will call this method on load function of this form. So to how to generate a load function. So just click on the title 2 times, so load function get generated. Or you can also do from here also, select the form F4 event and click on air double. So the process are one and the same, both are one and the same. Now we'll create a try catch exception ex. Then first thing which I taught you in previous video is that need to create the SQL connection. The SQL connection, SQL, it's not coming, means we are missing something. Yes, we need to use the SQL client. Now it will come SQL connection con equal to new SQL connection. As I mentioned in previous video also, that we are taking the connection from the application config file. Why from application config? Application config means suppose we are changing the system, or suppose we want to install this application on another computer. So if the connection string is hard coded, then you will not able to change it on the user computer, and your program will not run. So to make it runnable everywhere, and we don't want to build the applications, for that we are storing that in configuration. So to read the configuration, first of all we need to add a system.configuration namespace to read the configuration value. Now I will here I will type connection setting dot app setting, then the connection string name which I have added in app config, the name is constr. I added it as constr. So connection object is created. The next is SQL command cmd equal to new SQL command. The third is text command text equal to what other query we are writing in SQL. So we are writing select all from data entry, oh sorry, sample entry. This is the table name. So this is the SQL query which we need to run, so to get the record. So I have written select all from this. So I will enter here, then cmd dot will pass the connection string cmd dot connection equal to con. Now we'll create a data table dt equal to new data table. To store the record, dt equal to cmd dot execute reader. For that need to SQL reader data reader, and then connection behavior con dot command behavior dot Close connection means it will fetch the record and close the connection automatically. So this we need to pass. Reader, sorry, it was wrong. Execute reader. So it will load the recording. Now we'll create object of data table. Data table dt equal to new data table. dt dot load reader, and then you can assign gg data view that data source equal to dt. So I have write this code. We'll change the default form to view form to run the application. Okay, not bind. We'll debug what happened here. So connection established, command set, connection succeed. I think okay, connection was not open, that's why it's giving error. So before executing need to write con dot open, and also have to write finally block, and need to push this connection outside try, and then finally have to write con dot close. Now we'll run this application. Yeah, able to view fetch the data. Currently it's allowing a user to type data, but will restrict it. So to restrict it, I will select the grid view, then go in property, allow row false, delete false, and edit programmatically. So this is the basic function. This is a basic code to fetch the data from the database in the window application. You can see the code here also. I will share this source code with all of you later on. So what we did in this video is that I create the connection string, command text, connection, create reader, open the connection, execute the reader, create the data table object, load that reader to data table, and assign that data table to source. Now suppose I want to open the record, any record for edit. So to perform any edit or deletion part, we need at least the unique ID. So in our database, our unique ID is this ID. So how to get that? So what I will do is that when user will double click on any of the content, like when user will click on this content, so we need to fetch the ID, that is 3, which we will pass to other form to perform action, either delete or either update. So how to do that? For that I will select the form grid F4, then on cell content click, or will type cell double click, means when the user will double click on any of the cell. So cell double click. Here I will create a global variable int id if e dot row index is greater than -1. Why -1? Because -1 is nothing but the header. Id equal to data grid view dot row, which row? Those row index, e dot row index dot cell, then which cell? The first cell, so it's 0 dot value. Also need to convert this data to integers. I will write int. Now we'll show the same in the dialog box. Selected id plus id. Now we'll run this application. We'll select anywhere. Selected id is 3 2 1. So here I will perform a delete operation. So how we will do that is that I will pass this information to this entry form which we have already created, and on base of that we'll load the record and we'll add another button called delete. So I will add another button here. We'll name it as delete. So I have add another button called delete. Now I will create a public member here, so we can pass id public int id equal to id. So I have created object called id and okay id. Now what I will do is when we double click on it, we'll open that form. So here I will write a logic frm entry frm equal to new frm entry object created. Now we'll pass the id frm dot id equal to id. So frm dot id equal to id, then I will write frm dot show dialog. So now what happen is what happen after what happen that when the user will double click on the cell, id will get here and then it pass to this form. So now let's check. Yeah, form open. Now what I will do is load the data from the database and display here. So how we'll do that? So we'll go here, and if id is greater than 0, means if you are passing some value, then it always be greater than 0. This is simple logic which I put here. Now I will write a try catch block. So I have written a try catch block. Now to read the record for a particular id, we need to filter this query. So by default, when you write the select all from sample and it will show you all record. We'll add one condition where id equal to 2 means only one record, id equal to 3 means this record 4. So this is a simple query which we'll wrote here, which we'll write here. So we'll create SQL connection con, which I will already copy from here. So I just create the connection command. I will write the command text command dot command text equal to, and then I will write this query. I need to pass this parameter, so I will copy the parameter from here. Will enter here id, and from where I will get id, from here I will get id. What is the db type? Int. So data type it's int 32. It's ready now. Db type dot int. Now we want a row, so for that we need to create a reader. SQL reader, it's not coming, so need to check the names is what we are using. Yes, we need to use to read the data, we need to use the SQL reader, SQL data reader. So I will write here SQL data reader equal to cmd dot execute reader, then command behavior dot close connection. Is after reading it will close. Before executing the program, have to open the connections. Con dot open, don't forget to open, otherwise it will give you error. So data load to reader. Now data table dt equal to new data table and dt dot load reader. So load all the records. So there will only one record, but then also we need to load it. Now what you will get in this data table is that the record in this format. Now you want to fetch this record and store and display there. So now what we will do is that we'll create a row, data row dr equal to dt dot row 0 means the first row. The first row get loaded here. Now we'll write txt first name dot text equal to dr, and then we'll pass the row name called first name dot to string, need to convert to string. Txt last name txt contact will change to last name contact. The name should be similar to the database. The column name should be similar to the name which exists in database, like first name, last name, contact number, then dtp data dot value equal to dr date of birth. So I have to write date of birth. Now we need to convert this to date time, so we'll write convert dot to date time. Now we'll run this application, we'll double click on it. You can see that data is loaded, but only one thing is not loaded, that is gender. So how we will do is that gender we are storing database as a string. So we'll check if dot to string dot equals, how we are storing male as capital letter male, then rdb male dot checked equal to true, else rdb female dot checked equal to false. Now we'll run, we'll check. Yes, not oh, I have not changed this column name, that's why it's not checked. So I have now changed to check gender. Now we'll run, we'll see. Yes, it's working perfect. Now application is getting closed on click of close. So I don't want to close the application, so I will just want to close this form. So I will change this to this dot close. We'll run, simple. Now first we will do deletion part and then we'll see the updation part. So now we are in this form already load that record. Now I want to delete. So on click of delete, first we will confirm the user whether you want to delete or not. So we'll create dialog result dr equal to new dialog sorry we'll write message box dot show. Are you sure you want to delete this record? Confirm will be the title. Message button dot yes no. Message icon dot questions. If dr double equal to dialog result dot okay, sorry yes, then only will delete. So now here we will write a delete statement. So same way try catch exception, always try to throw that exception in a message box so you will able to see what's error you are getting. So ex dot sorry ex dot message will change to error only one button okay error. Same way put this code here also, so whatever error will get you will get a message box. Now we'll write a query the same way. First we'll have to write a SQL connection, then command this. Still here it will all will remain same, so I will copy here connection object command connection assign connection to command. Then instead of select it will be delete from sample table where id is this. I have passed the id also, so we'll get id from there because we have stored this id at global level. Now what we have to do is that con dot open cmd dot execute non-query since it's a non-query, and in finally we have to write connection dot close, so connection will get released. So to get that in final clause we have to move top this SQL connection, so object will get here on dot close. After this form get data get deleted, we'll give them message data deleted successfully. Where it is okay. So first we'll give the message that data deleted successfully. So here I will write data deleted successfully. Success only need one button okay and information message icon dot information. And after the data get deleted, so we need to refresh the data phase. So I will call this load data from here also. So after the data get deleted it will refresh the grid. Now we'll run the application, we'll click, we'll delete. Are you sure? Yes. Deleted. Close. Yes, the record is deleted. Also we need to do one thing is that once the data get deleted, close this form, this dot close. So we have seen that data get deleted successfully without any issue. Double click, delete. Yes. Okay, record get deleted. To add data I will add another button here. I will add new record. I have added button here. On click of it, I will just show this dialog. I will not pass the ID, I will only show the dialog. Add, I will write Nitesh Singh, male, August 2 91, sorry, not a 98. One, 4, save. Data saved but not reflected here because I have not called this function, so I will call this function again here also. Now it will show 2 records. Now we'll add another record. We'll name it as Vineet Singh, male, October 11 2012, number, no number, so we will put 0. Save, close. So record get saved successfully. Now I want to delete, click delete, deleted. So it's simple. Now we'll see the addition part. We are already getting this data here, so I have to do addition part, updation part. So what I will do is that in the same form, on click of save button, we are already validating the record. This is a method which we have created to save records. Just right click, go to definition, the method gets open. So only our command text will change, rest remain will same. So what I will do is that I will write a condition: if id is greater than 0, else this. So it means if id is greater than 0 means you are passing id from that grid, so your command text will change. So how your command text will appear? So in SQL, how we are writing: update sample entry, set first name equal to this, last name equal to this, gender equal to this, date of birth equal to this, contact number equal to this. Don't forget to put id equal to @id. So I will copy the command here. We'll replace the single literal with the actual parameter which we are passing. So this is the query: update sample entry, set first name equal to first name, last name equal to last name, gender equal to gender, date of birth equal to date of birth, contact equal to contact number, and id equal to id. Also we'll add a parameter id only when we are updating. So I will add parameter here id, and I will pass it as id, which we are storing in global variable, and we'll set it to int. Sorry, it's a int. Now we'll do one more thing here. Now I think we do not need to do anything, only need to change the record. So I will greater than 0, else so greater than 0 means data updated successfully, and then we'll close the form. This dot close. So I have created a update function here. Let's check whether it's working or not. Execute. We'll do it as do it uppercase. Save. Data updated successfully, you can see. Yes, So we have seen updation, selection, deletion part. So hopes this video will help you to create a simple window application in .NET environment using the C# language. In next video we'll see to generate this as a report, or let's I am showing this in this video only, like I want to display this recording BI. So for that I will create a new item. We'll select reporting, report, RPT data. You can from here you can add header, footer, select title. Title will come here, change the font, bold, select bold, bigger, center. Now table, get the table, data entry, data set already we are getting. If you are not getting this, so you can create new data set, data entry. If you are not getting this, then you can do that operation that we did there. Then select that sample entry table, finish, and then OK. Then select ID, first name, last name, add more column, add more column, sorry, add more column, add more column, select gender, date of birth, contact number, rename it as gender, move this table to perfect location. If you want any footer, you can type here, change the header color, so I will change to dark gray, apply border, so you can apply border from here, sorry, from where, okay, you can apply border from here, select this border, make the font readable, so change the font color to white, so now it's readable. So I have created the simple report. Now we'll create a form to view that report, so I will add a window form, FRM view report. I have added, change the start point to center, view report. Now from reporting section, select report viewer, dock in parent, select the report, choose data source, is already there, so you do not need to choose, just rebind it. Sorry. So we have created the report also, it's very simple, only you need to know is the SQL query. So in form 2 I will add another button here. In that I will write view report. We'll click on it, and then I will add FRM view report, FRM equal to new FRM report, FRM dot show dialog. We'll run this. Here is the record you are able to see. We'll click on this, it will open this form, and you can see your records here. You can export to Word, you can export to Excel also, export to PDF also, export to Word also. You can see all files on desktop. This is the Word file generated. PDF file, Word file. So reporting is also very simple in .NET. We can use the Crystal report also, but Crystal report and the BI both are same. The only difference is the provider. Like Crystal report is SAP product, and BI, that is business intelligent, is the Microsoft product. When you will want when you will try to add the report, like add new item, and in reporting you will get two options: Crystal report and the report. This report is nothing but the Microsoft reporting technology. You can see here also an empty report file for creating report using the Microsoft reporting technology. This is the wizard, nothing but you can select from wizard, and this is the SAP. So either you can use report or Crystal report. So I am preferring to use the report because it's simple and also compatible on every environment. We do not require to not require any specific engines to run this report, only require the report viewer of specific version. So hope this video will help you to create a simple window application in .NET environment. uh, in future, if I get chance, I will upload some more small things about the .NET. Okay, bye, thanks for watching this video.